Air travel is one of the safest ways to get around in our modern world. Every single day, millions of flights take off and land without a single problem. But when things do go wrong, some of the most devastating and mysterious accidents happen in the mountains. These majestic landscapes hide deadly challenges for even the most advanced aircraft and experienced pilots. Today, we're going to explore the chilling question: why do planes crash in mountains? We'll uncover how geography and weather conspire to create perfect storms, and what we've learned from some of history's most infamous mountain air disasters. So why are mountains so dangerous for airplanes? It's not just because they're tall. Mountains are complex, hostile environments. At high altitudes, the air is much thinner. This has a huge impact on an aircraft. Engines don't perform as well, and the wings generate less lift. This means planes need more time and distance to climb. A slight miscalculation in this environment can be fatal. On top of that, mountains are notorious for messing with technology. They can block or distort radar signals, interfere with radio communications, and even throw off GPS accuracy. The maze of peaks, valleys, and ridges can easily confuse navigation systems, especially in older aircraft or during bad weather. Imagine flying through a canyon where your instruments are telling you one thing, but the rock walls are telling you another. And then there's the most obvious danger: proximity to the ground. When flying over flat terrain, a pilot has a lot more room for error. A gradual descent might go unnoticed for a while. But in the mountains, a small mistake, a momentary lapse in concentration, can mean flying straight into a solid wall of rock. There's simply no margin for error. But perhaps the biggest threat in the mountains is something no pilot can control: the weather. Mountain weather is infamous for being brutally unpredictable. One moment you could be flying in clear, blue skies, and the next, you're engulfed in a blinding storm. Pilots flying in these regions regularly face intense turbulence that can toss a plane around like a toy. Sudden fog and cloud cover that reduces visibility to zero, and dangerous icing on the wings which disrupts airflow and can lead to a loss of lift. And then there are the invisible killers: downdrafts and wind shear. One of the most feared phenomena is something called a mountain wave. This is where strong winds blowing over a mountain range create powerful, invisible currents of air on the other side. These waves can slam an aircraft downwards with incredible force, pushing it toward the ground faster than even full engine power can overcome. Many mountain crashes aren't caused by a mechanical failure at all, but by weather that changes faster than any pilot can possibly react. This leads us to one of the most common causes of mountain accidents, a term that sends a shiver down the spine of every pilot: controlled flight into terrain, or CFIT. CFIT is when a perfectly airworthy aircraft, under the complete control of the flight crew, is unintentionally flown into the ground, a mountain, or another obstacle. It's a pilot's worst nightmare. How does this happen? It almost always comes down to a loss of situational awareness. This can be caused by poor visibility from clouds or fog, errors in navigation, misreading the plane's altitude, or following an incorrect flight path. In many CFIT accidents, the pilots are completely unaware of the danger. They believe they are flying safely, high above the terrain, when in reality, they are on a direct collision course with a mountain hidden in the clouds. The cockpit voice recorder often captures a horrifying moment of sudden realization just seconds before impact. History is filled with tragic examples that illustrate these dangers. Let's look at a few of the most well-known. In 1979, Air New Zealand Flight 901 was on a sightseeing tour over Antarctica. It was a clear day, but the crew was flying in a condition known as a whiteout, where the flat, white light from the overcast sky blends seamlessly with the snow-covered ground, making it impossible to judge distance or altitude. Unbeknownst to them, their flight coordinates had been changed slightly before takeoff. Believing they were flying safely down McMurdo Sound, They were actually headed directly for the slopes of Mount Erebus. The fully functional DC-10 flew straight into the volcano with no last-minute attempt to pull up. The crew had no idea the mountain was there until it was too late. Then there was Eastern Airlines Flight 66, which encountered a severe and sudden downdraft, known as a microburst, while on approach to JFK Airport near New York. While not in a classic mountain range, the incident shows how powerful localized wind shear can be, forcing a perfectly good aircraft into the ground. More recently, crashes like Pakistan International Airlines Flight 661 and Airblue Flight 202 in the mountainous regions near Islamabad serve as stark reminders of how a combination of challenging terrain, deteriorating weather, and human factors can lead to disaster. In nearly all these cases, the investigation didn't point to one single catastrophic failure. Instead, it was a chain of small, seemingly insignificant errors and unfortunate events that lined up perfectly to create a tragedy. This brings us to the human element. Flying in the mountains demands an incredible level of skill, precision, and constant concentration. Pilots have to juggle monitoring their altitude, speed, and heading while simultaneously keeping a vigilant eye on the weather and the terrain around them. It's an immense mental workload. Fatigue, stress, or even a moment of overconfidence can be lethal. It can slow a pilot's reaction time or lead them to dismiss a warning from their instruments, believing they know better. Communication is also critical. A misunderstanding between the pilots or between the cockpit and air traffic control can have dire consequences, especially in remote mountain areas where radar coverage is often spotty or non-existent. But here's the good news. While the mountains remain as formidable as ever, aviation technology has made incredible leaps forward. The lessons learned from past tragedies have directly led to innovations that make flying safer today. Modern aircraft are now equipped with incredible safety systems. One of the most important is the Terrain Awareness and Warning System, or TAWS. This system uses a detailed GPS map of the world's topography and compares it to the aircraft's position and flight path. If it detects that the plane is getting dangerously close to terrain, it issues a series of loud, clear, and unmistakable audio warnings in the cockpit, like terrain, followed by pull up. This gives the pilots a crucial early warning to take immediate corrective action. These systems, along with advanced GPS navigation and vastly improved weather forecasting technology, have dramatically reduced the risk of CFIT accidents. Many of the historical crashes we've discussed would almost certainly have been prevented if the aircraft had been equipped with the technology that is standard on airliners today. Every plane crash, especially those in the unforgiving environment of the mountains, is a tragedy. But from each one, we learn. The painstaking investigations that follow help us understand what went wrong, leading to improved pilot training, better procedures, and more advanced technology. The mountains will always pose a risk to aviation. They are a powerful, unchangeable force of nature, but through meticulous planning, advanced systems, and disciplined, well-trained pilots, those risks can be managed and minimized. Understanding these events isn't about creating fear. It's about respecting the lessons that were paid for at such a high cost. The entire framework of modern aviation safety is built upon learning from the past to protect the future. Thank you for watching. Stay curious and fly safe.